Person named Tyler S. Can we help you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking for Judge Kennedy C.
Kenneth King?
No, it's Kennedy.
Okay. Christina Kennedy?
It just on my paper, it just say it say Kennedy C.
She's in courtroom 333.
All right, thank you.
You know how to get there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge. Thank you on this morning for your patience. I appreciate it. Had a couple of little snafus on this morning, but I'm here and I'm ready to go. Let's do it by having the specialty court attorneys please place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Veterans Court, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you. Welcome back, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Reed. I'm glad to be back, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make a similar motion.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. All right, let's go to our case manager for our specialty court, Mr. Yancey. You are up first.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Veterans Court, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
And then we have Ms. Cleveland, who is in the courtroom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Glad to see you. And I'm sure you can hear me today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court, and I have a couple of things today. I have one intake, Your Honor. I'm about to set up the computer room for him to speak to the attorney, Mr. Frederick Logan. Mr. Javon Manning is scheduled to come in today to be heard after Veterans Court. And Mr. Maurice Howard had to come in person today because his Zoom is still not working.
That's Mr. Howard?
Yeah, no, this is Mr. Logan.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, everybody looks so different on Zoom and in person.
Yeah.
All right, so he's coming in person.
Yeah, he's already in the building, Judge.
Oh, okay, wonderful. All right, thank you, thank you. Very good. Get your person set up for their intake.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. And then I see from let me finish with my Veterans Treatment Court. I have our mentors, Mr. Parker, you are up first.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court mentor.
All right, good morning to you. Thank you for serving on this morning. Good to see you. All right. All right, and then I have Mr. Scott.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, 36th District Veterans Specialty Court.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Scott. Thank you for serving on today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Green, I see you on the screen. Place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Judge. Demetrius Green, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, I saw Miss Jasmine on my way in this morning when I was sitting out in the traffic jam on the side of the court. I didn't even speak to her because I said, oh, I'm not gonna fool with them until 1:30 today. And here you are, Mr. Green, here you are. All right, all right, all right. So Mr. Green, you have Mr. Crunk on this morning with his attorney, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, very good. And so are you ready to proceed with Mr. Crunk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. Let me call that case. I don't think I have a file. I'll have to do another one. Just make sure. Good morning to you, Miss Wilson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. All right, let's do it for Mr. Crunk. I have case number 1904661-901. Counsel, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Giuliani, P81837, appearing on behalf of Devin Crunk.
Thank you, Mr. Crunk. Place your appearance on the record.
Devin Crunk.
All right, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Green, update us this morning. Tell us what's going on.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Cronk was released from the Wayne County Jail on January 30th with a tether. He is currently, he has provided his residence, his address, and updated phone number. Currently, he is awaiting to get his license. We have discussed this matter with the prosecutor. She has informed me that there is a much bigger process going on that involves the Secretary of State. So it is a little bit above us, but we are working towards getting him in a position to where he can get his license back. At this time, Mr. Crunk is scheduled to go test today. We have talked about him beginning testing at ATS. He has expressed a bit of some issues about transportation, but as I told him, we are working towards allowing him to get his license back. But like I said, it's a little bit above us now.
Right, because license is not even on the table yet. He's got to show me that he's going to work this program. So if there's anything that I have to do from this court for him to get his license restored, that's not going to happen anytime soon. And so he's going to have to make a way to get to ATS. He's been out of the Wayne County Jail since the 30th. Mr. Green, has he been testing?
He is to begin testing today.
Okay. And he's testing at a minimum of 2 times per week?
Yes, he will be, Your Honor.
And that'll be random. And then Mr. Green, he has the GPS tether, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And no issues, is that correct?
Not at this time.
All right. Have you had him, what are we doing about his services?
Yes, Your Honor. He was set up with Team Wellness. We are currently in the process of trying to get that set back up. I have reached out to our contact at Team Wellness, but yes, we are in the process of getting him set up with services as well.
Okay, and how quickly will we get that done?
As soon as possible. We're definitely, I think at this point, it's just a phone call away now. So hopefully we can just set a phone call and get him set back up because he's already in that system.
Okay, awesome. And I need that to happen sooner than later, okay?
Yes.
And that's actually for Mr. Cronk. We need to get that set up sooner than later. All right, very good. Anything else, Mr. Green, that you need me to know about Mr. Cronk?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right, awesome. Counsel, is there anything additional that you'd like me to know about your client?
No, Your Honor, just obviously the license issue, getting to and from places is difficult, but you know, he's willing to work at it, whatever he needs to do.
Yes, he'll have to. He'll have to. Right now, I am not confident in signing anything that says that I think he should have a license. And so if I have to make this recommendation to the Secretary of State, that's not going to happen for some time. So he's going to have to make it work. He'll have to make it work. Show me that he's willing to work the program. And then, of course, I will reconsider. Until then, he'll have to find a way. And if we need to give him bus passes, we can do that. Mr. Green, we should have those available.
Yes.
And I know I don't like to commit resources without making sure we have them available, but we should.
Yes, we
And
do,
so
Your
if
Honor.
Mr. Cronk needs, okay, if he needs bus passes, then we'll do it that way. Okay, counsel, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cronk, how are you this morning?
I'm doing better. Thank you.
Okay, all right, very good. Are you ready to work the program, Mr. Cronk?
Yes, I am. That's why I stepped forward and came to take care of the matter so I can get this and put this behind me.
Wonderful. I hope that you want to do more than just put it behind you. I hope you want to learn some things and gather some tools that'll help you to make some lifestyle changes, permanent lifestyle changes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely learn from the past and, you know, take in the things that the program offers.
All right, awesome. Have you reached out to team to get your services I have to get you reassessed.
Yeah, so I had talked to Mr. Green, and Mr. Green had stated that I had told him that I was enrolled with them already. So they have all my current information, and that he said he's going to send over or contact them, let them know to re-enroll me or reinstate the counseling and therapy and stuff. And he said it's just a phone call away. So that's all I've been waiting on is the phone call.
All right, and so I'm really gonna put that burden on you, Mr. Crunk, that I need you to reach out to team because you need to be reassessed.
I did.
You need to be reassessed.
Yeah.
Okay, did they reassess you?
Yeah, they said they can't do anything until they get verification from Mr. Green.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Green, I've not heard of verification from us, but let's get whatever they're asking. And then I need him to be reassessed to see what his level of care should be. And we want to make sure I don't want to just resume what he was doing unless the professional says that's the appropriate level of care. Okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. Mr. Cronk, so far, do you have any questions for the team?
No, I mean, I've expressed my main concern. I just want to get the program going and take in all the helpful resources you guys have for me and just move on and move up in life.
All right, wonderful. Well, if you come to the table and work the program, I can guarantee you that that's what you will do. Move on and move up in life, taking advantage of all the services that are available. And we certainly want to see you be successful, not just in the program, but just in life in general. Okay, Mr. Crunk?
Yes.
All right, how is your daughter?
She's good. She's 6 now. Definitely grow up
Wow.
very fast, and she definitely has a personality.
Yes, wonderful. That's good. Very good. All
Yeah.
right. She was much younger, I think, when we first encountered each other. So they do grow up very fast, right?
Yes.
All right. If nothing else from any of the individuals on the team, Mr. Green, what's next for Mr. Cronk?
Yes, Mr. Crunk will have a return to court date on February 22nd, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, Mr. Cronk, did you get that?
Yes. Will that be? Let me. Mr. Green, is that okay if you email that to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
All right, and it'll be on Zoom, okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Counsel, if there's nothing else, I'm going to excuse both of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. All right,
Judge?
let's do it.
Judge, if I may address the court, if there's an intake
Yes.
that needs to be talked to, can I go into a breakout room with that person? I know Ms. Harris has one, and I believe Ms. Cleveland has one also.
All right. Yes, you may. Okay, what were y'all doing all morning while I was sitting in traffic and all of that stuff? Good morning. I want to tell you that I checked his police report. Well, just half of my face is on. All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you all asked about an intake. Mr. Logan, Mrs. Cleveland just reported to me in sidebar that he is under the influence of what we believe is alcohol because that's what he smells like. He did say that he was drinking on last night. He was not truthful on the 1-800 number about the substances that he uses and with the frequency in which he uses those substances. So I'm giving him the opportunity to get on that 1-800 number so we can get him some help today so he can go to inpatient treatment as opposed to jail. Because you can't come into my courtroom under the influence of a substance when you knew you were coming to court today. That
Yes,
means
sir.
your problem, you need help. And so if you're not going to be honest about getting help or needing help, I'm not going to send him to jail because he's under the influence. I'm going to send him to jail for not being truthful. Okay.
Understood, Your Honor.
And then I'll work with him. All right. Very good. Let's do it. Miss Harris, good morning to you. Has your intake shown up?
Your Honor, my intake, Mr. Hudgens, he is going to be Zooming. He's at Elmhurst Home for residential. So,
Okay.
I'm waiting for Mr. I spoke with Mr. Talley yesterday. They will be putting him on at 9:30, which is when he was scheduled,
Okay.
on the docket. So as soon as he comes on, we can get him into a breakout room with, one of the attorneys.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Mr. Yancey, let's do it. We've got a couple of moving parts in the courtroom this morning. Let's do it. Let's get our veterans done and out the way. Let's go. Who do you have, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. This morning, I have Mr. James Fry with us, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Mr. Fry, if you could unmute, I have the following matter for you. Case number 210-456-7901. Mr. Fry, please state your full name for the record.
James Devlin Fry.
All right. Good morning to you, Mr. Fry.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing very, very well, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Fry, you've been working your program?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
All right. Tell me what you've been doing to work your program.
I've been receiving counseling. I started my counseling with the VA last week. I have an appointment for tomorrow. It's gonna go every Wednesday throughout the program, and I also meet with another counselor. So I'm just talking to everybody I can talk to and working the program and learning all what I can learn to stay in tune with the program as well as enjoying life as a sober person.
Yes, sir. What do you find most enjoyable as a sober person?
Well, I'm picking up more information and I'm learning that people care different ways and stuff like that. And, my family's saying I'm looking good and I'm looking a little different. So I'm finding that funny because I always thought I looked good, but now,
Yes, sir.
I was told I was looking good by a cousin this weekend. She said I'm looking healthier and stuff. So so obviously I was looking some kind of way,
All right, very good. And how do you feel, Mr. Fry?
I feel very good. I honestly do. I feel good because I'm not waking up with a cloudy head or anything like that. So I'm feeling good. This is going on 2 months now, cleanness,
All right, wonderful. What's been difficult for you, if anything? Challenging?
I done had 2 parties that I done attended, and it's just different sitting there and not participating with alcohol. So that's been the only challenge thing, but I feel like it's necessary because you have to, continue to be in life, live in life, and so I'm just finding out that I can do it without alcohol,
Yes, you can, Mr. Fry. You can do it without alcohol. And listen, I heard you say that without alcohol, you look better and you feel better.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. Those are 2 good things, looking better and feeling better.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, I do not.
No? All right, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Fry is really doing well, Your Honor. He's in phase one. Been with us since January 3rd of this year. He did report that he's going to be with the VA every Wednesday.
Yes.
And just of note, he had already started with NCADD prior to the VA. So he's in two different kind of therapy sessions, which is excellent. Been screening as directed. Those screens have been negative. So as far as the short period of time he's been with us, he's doing really well. He pushed the envelope as far as testing himself. That's a big test when you're at parties and you're in phase one. So if you can get through that, then he's got a good start going on. So he's doing well, Your Honor.
All right, awesome, awesome. Mr. Scott, you are serving as the mentor for Mr. Fry. Do you have anything for us this morning?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just real quick, first of all, good to see you, Mr. Fry. I concur with Mr. Yancey to start off in phase one to meet those barriers and challenges successfully is great. Mr. Fry, who are you seeing on Wednesday? Who are you seeing at the VA?
It's a group session with alcohol. I guess it's Alcohol Anonymous or something like that.
Is it on the 7th floor?
It's on the 7th floor, correct.
Okay.
I spoke to a Dr. Morgana, Moraine, and she referred me to this group.
Okay, good. That's fine. Good. See, I will follow up with you on one of those Wednesdays. I'll come up there and catch you before or after group. So good to see you, and I'll be contacting you soon.
Okay, she had talked to that the other gentleman, Dennis Contrell of Cantana. What is his name? The other VA rep.
Okay, Kasheri.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And so, Mr. Yancey, I need to make sure we get a treatment plan I don't know if that treatment is going to be through the VA or through NCADD, but certainly it's going to be more than just group.
Oh yeah, I have a treatment plan through NCADD. I'll articulate that prior to the next hearing.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Sorry, that time I'm thinking you. All right. Very good. Anything else as to Mr. Fry?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Fry, just wanted to say, you're always looking good. It's just now you're looking better, sir. That's all there is to it. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Pass some important things. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Fikens, you're sounding a little bit like Mr. Reed today.
I knew I should have taken his tablet from his house. I knew I should have done that.
All right. All right. What's next for Mr. Fry, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. We're going to have Mr. Fry come back on February 21st. We're going to put him down for 8:45, but it'll probably be at 10:30 because we're having another court view us on the 21st.
Oh, and it's not for Veterans Treatment Court?
It is for Veterans Treatment Court.
Oh, but they have to change the time. That's right.
Yes.
Change the time.
So
all right.
I'll let Mr. Fry know concretely what time it'll be. He knows that it might be an adjustment on that date, Your Honor.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Fry, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
All right, so before Mr. Fry leaves the courtroom, I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Fry for his service to this country and the United States Marine Corps. Come on, thank you, Mr. Fry. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. All right, we're here if you need us, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, take care. You are free to leave. All right. Mr. Yancey, who do we have up next?
Yeah, that's all we have on Zoom. I have a couple of people who either I've done a phone contact with them or I have one scheduled. I'm scheduled to talk to Mr. Boomer within the next 30 minutes. And I've already had actually a face-to-face contact with Mr. Henderson. So I can get you both of those dates probably within 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll call them when you're ready, okay?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, so does that conclude the individuals are needing the mentors for Veterans Treatment Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. Then Mr. Scott, Mr. Parker, I want to thank you all for your service. Send those veterans to us. We are here with open arms. I found out about some recovery housing on yesterday, had a meeting about recovery housing that's offered to veterans. They have a program where they offer recovery housing to veterans. And so I'd like for you all today, the individuals, I believe it's today, are going to meet with Mr. Wade, but I'd like us to utilize that resource, Second Chance 2000. And so I'd like for us to utilize that resource, especially for our veterans who are struggling with housing. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. So circle back to Mr. Wade on tomorrow. And of course, send us those veterans. We want to help them. Okay?
Good. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Good
Thank
morning.
you all. Thank you for your service. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You do.
Thank
You
you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, very good. Let me get Miss Harris real quick and then Miss Cleveland. Miss Harris, yes. Your intake has
Yeah,
shown
but I
up.
just wanted to let you know he was available. I also wanted to make sure, I tried to send him a chat, but I don't know if he saw it. I just want to make sure he understood that he was going to be placed in a Zoom breakout room with one of the attorneys and that pop-up would come up. And Mr. Hudgens, when you get a pop-up on your screen that asks you to go into a breakout room, you have to go into that breakout room so you can speak with one of the attorneys before we call, before your case is called.
All right, very good. And so who's going to, thank you, Miss Harris, who's going to go in the breakout room with Mr. Hudgens?
I believe Mr. Reed is back in the breakout room already, Judge, so.
He's
All right, let's put there's Mr. Reed. Let's put Mr. Hudgens and Mr. Reed in the breakout room. All right, thank you, Miss Wilson. And then Miss
I'm going
Cleveland. Mr. Reed?
I think he's
Oh,
gone.
maybe he's already gone. All right.
Your Honor, just so
Hello.
you know, I have,
Judge,
You know, he's just gonna talk out.
I'm-
Go ahead, just let him go.
I'm gonna zoom out and zoom back in.
Yes,
Judge.
sir.
I'm gonna zoom out and zoom back in, Judge.
Oh, okay, and then
I
we'll
have
put you
a
in the
bad
breakout room. Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
zoom out and zoom back. I have a bad connection. Thank you.
okay. All right. Miss Cleveland.
Your Honor, I have two individuals that are here. They were on the 845 docket, I believe that, just based on the short docket. Mr. Howard and Mr. Hamad are both on. When Mr. Frederick Logan is ready to get on the 1-800 number, but I want to be kind of present with him, so I was wondering if you wanted to handle those.
Let's do those two very quickly. All right, come on, Mr. Howard. Good morning to you. I get to see you in person today, Mr. Howard. Good morning. How are you? You good? I love it. All right, Mr. Howard. Everybody looks different in person. Good morning, Ms. McLaughlin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good to see you. All right. Oh, thank you, Ms. McLaughlin, thank you. All right, let's do it. I have for Mr. Hamed, no, not for Mr. Hamed. I have for Mr. Howard. And I'm looking for Mr. Howard's file. All right, it's okay. Let's do it. I have for Maurice Howard, case number 210-451-5601. Mr. Howard, state your full name, please.
Maurice Lamar Howard.
All right, good morning again to you. All right, you were having some trouble with your Zoom?
It's just, they say I ran through a firewall, so I gotta get somebody. I'm not.
To help you out? Okay, I hope you get that straightened out so that you can continue to do your hearings over Zoom. I only have people come in when they in trouble or intake. So I don't want nobody to think Mr. Howard's in trouble. Okay? All right. So Mr. Howard, how have you been doing since the last time I've seen you?
I've been okay, I've been good, actually.
You have been, tell me what that means to you that you've been good.
No hiccups, no setbacks, no challenges.
Okay, you just working your program.
Just working the program and keeping the numbers.
All right, very good. In working the program, do you feel that you're better? Or that you've learned some things since you've been with us?
I'm learning some things and I've learned some things.
Okay, anything you want to share today?
Most important is my freedom and my mental health is important.
Your freedom and your mental health is important to you. Very good. I'm glad that those things are important. So when they're important, that means they're on the front burner, right? And you're gonna do everything you can to maintain both of them, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. What can we do to help you to stay on track, if anything, Mr. Howard?
I don't know if you could help me with some of these screenings.
Some screenings? It's becoming tough to screen?
I mean, I can handle it, but I'm taking the bus. I mean, the last couple of weeks been kind of
tough?
Yeah, that weather actually.
Okay, and so, well.
I made them, I haven't missed any.
All right.
I've been screened the last 3 days straight.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna hear from Mr. It sounds like you're asking to reduce your screenings.
If possible.
All right, I hear you. All right, let me hear from Ms. Cleveland. Ms. Cleveland?
Thank you, Your Honor. First, before I forget, his screenings, he is 2 times a week random. So if they called him 3 times, it was probably something on their schedule. So I would not recommend reducing his screenings to 1 time just yet. However, I am going to recommend that he be promoted to phase 4 because he has had, and this is wonderful, Your Honor, he has had 280 days of sobriety in our program. He's on the bus, he never misses any of his screenings. He's very communicative with me, Your Honor. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing, as well as now he's reconciling his fees and costs. So he told me he was coming down there to make some payment towards that, as well as he and I are in talks based on his last hearing and his ability to perform community service hours because he is on a limited income, Your Honor. And so my recommendation will be for him to receive the promotion to phase 4 today. Your Honor, he's almost a year in the program on a 14-month contract, as well as letting you know that he is compliant with his sponsor, his therapy. He has done groups, pop-off. However, I do have a presentation to give you later after court about reconciling that pop-off groups because it's very intermittent up there. And he is searching for another place to do groups so that he can make sure that he is compliant with court orders to do groups every week. But that fault is not his own because
well, that should be in compliance with his treatment plan, which is incorporated into my order.
Yes, but
okay.
But they the pop-off organization may be having some struggles with group sessions. I think that's what's actually going on. So he's trying to remain compliant. He wants to do this program. One of his goals was to complete this program under your court orders to make sure he stayed compliant. He's doing that, Your Honor, and I just really, really commend Mr. Howard. I'm chuckling a little bit because really his only mishap was making a poor choice with bagels. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
So that's the only thing he's ever had. And Your Honor, other than that, he's done wonderful.
All right, so I heard you say a couple of things. First, the recommendation to promote him to phase 4. And then secondly, about limited funds. So Mr. Howard would you be willing to work to do 32 hours of community service to reduce your fines and costs?
Yes, I've already completed 40.
Right, that's 40 that you had to
Yes,
do.
yes.
So I'm asking, would you do another 32?
Yes.
All right, then Ms. Cleveland, I'm going to allow him to do an additional 32 hours of community service, and this will be to reduce your fines and costs, okay? In addition, Ms. Cleveland, if we have some bus passes, let's give him a few.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that he can get to and from his testing. Right now, I'm not gonna reduce your testing, but it should only be 2 times per week. So Ms. Cleveland will follow up to find out why it was 3 times. Make sure it wasn't just a glitch.
It was 3 because here today.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right, very good, very good. And then there's a recommendation to promote you to phase 4. Are there any objections from any of the other team members to promote Mr. Howard to phase 4? He's doing a great job.
No objections.
All right, awesome. Mr. Howard, are you ready to go to phase 4?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? You are almost there, sir. Come on, let's celebrate Mr. Howard on this promotion to phase 4. Mr. Howard, you are almost there, okay? All right, awesome. Do you have any other questions for the team this morning?
Not at this moment.
All right, very good. Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Howard?
Your Honor, since he is now phase 4, he would be having a face-to-face on February 21st, 2023 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Howard?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Great job. Ms. Cleveland, do you need some bus passes?
That would be great.
All right, Ms. Cleveland, can you grab or ask one of your colleagues to grab some to bring down? Because I know you're running and doing a couple of things this morning.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor, if he doesn't mind having a seat, so I'm able to call.
Just for a few moments,
Yes.
Mr. Howard, okay? All right, it's good to see you in person.
Thank you.
All right, very good, and congratulations to you. Yes. I don't think I've ever seen you, Mr. Howard. Let me see, pull your mask down for a quick second. Let me see. All right, I see you now. Put it back on. All right, very good. And I missed your notebook today, Mr. Howard. You have it, all right, all right. Good morning to you.
Mr. Reed, are you going to go into the breakout with Mr. Hudgens?
Yes, I will. I need an invitation because I zoomed out.
Right.
So I need
Mr.
an
Hudgens
invitation.
has denied going into the breakout room. I am not sure if he understands what he needs to do. Somebody is now there to assist him because he is not reading chats either. So hopefully someone's going to get him into the breakout room now if Ms. Wilson sends another invitation.
Thank you. I just need another invitation to get to the breakout room. Thank you. I have the invitation. Ms. Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Hudgens was having difficulty with contacting, so I think they zoomed out. They may zoom back in.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I couldn't hear him. He was breaking up and he said he couldn't hear me. I think they're gonna zoom back in.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I am ready on Khalid Ahmed. I have case number 210-446-6301. Mr. Ahmed, please unmute and state your name for the record.
Khalid Hamad.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Ahmed.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great, honestly. I can't complain.
All right, tell me what that means to you that you're doing great.
Well, that means that I started to work going to meetings, sober. I just feel great all around, to be honest with you.
All right, very good. And you're sober. I love it. How does that feel to you?
Honestly, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It feels amazing. I don't know, something's different about this time. I just feel better. I look better. I think more clearly. I'm able to get more things done. Yeah, it's just all around great.
All right, very good. Are you having any difficulties or challenges at all with respect to working the program?
Honestly, no, I'm not. And I believe that's because I'm not putting myself in those situations, and I'm just going to meetings and making sure I don't have any reason to jeopardize it. I believe if I just stay away from it and stay out of it, and nothing can happen. Nothing will go wrong. So,
All right.
yeah, go ahead.
And who are you doing your, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
No, you're good. Go ahead. My bad.
All right, now I can hear you really clearly. All right, who are you doing your services through, your provider, as far as counseling?
I'm with Popov, Miss Holmes.
All right, very good. And how's that working out?
It's good. I enjoy her. She's polite. She's nice. She's comforting. She makes it easy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have any questions or anything that you need to bring before the team on this morning?
No, I don't. Thank you.
No? All right, Miss Cleveland is physically in the courtroom. You don't see her, but she is here. Miss Cleveland?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hamad is accurately reporting, how he's doing. Your Honor, he made that connection with Pop. He's had several meetings with her already, and they have follow-up with him too. So, he's gonna have 2 meetings this upcoming week, Your Honor. He is testing, and he's testing negative at each and every test. I'm very proud to report that about him, Your Honor.
Yes.
He's on a very good corrected path. I let him know that he is still in phase 1 because of the absence that he had from the program. But he is doing his stabilization component very well, and as long as he stays on this good path, then he's going to be making progress towards the phase 1.
All right, awesome. Anything from any of our other team members as to Mr. Hamad?
Yes, Judge. Keep up the good work, sir. Good report. Thank you.
If I might add, Your Honor, sir, it is a good report. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Mr. Hamad, I must tell you that I'm so happy that you are and excited about the fact that you are working the program. You owe this to yourself, sir. You deserve this. And so I want you to keep going. I know that right now you're in a good place and we want you to stay there, but we understand that in recovery, sometimes we ebb and flow. Just know that we are here for you, okay? Make sure that you have one of the hotlines, the 24-hour hotline number, because we do close, and so, but we still want to make sure that you have resources available to you, okay?
Yes, thank you all so much. Thank you, Miss Cleveland. Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you, Miss Reed and Mr. Fikens. Appreciate all of you guys.
All right, and we appreciate you taking advantage of the help that's available. So with that, Mr. Hamad, if you don't have any other questions, let's get his next date.
Your Honor, I would like to ask if he can be placed back on his Friday schedule. He did, I should have reported, he did, confirm with me that he has a new employer and, he's doing work that, they're pretty accommodating for him.
Okay.
So, that would be on February 24th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Hamad?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys. Take care.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Miss Cleveland, was that it for you for now?
Yes, I'm just gonna go in the room and place that young man on the 1-800.
All right, the intake has to go on the 1-800 number. Mr. Reed, did you get to go into the intake room with the other into the conference room with the other intake?
Judge, I went in with Mr. Logan. I went in with Mr. Hudgens, but Mr. Hudgens' connection was bad. He needed to zoom out and zoom back in. I don't see him now. He might be here. Oh, yes, he is. I need to go into a breakout room with Mr. Hudgens now, Judge. Thank you.
All right, very good. Okay. Let's keep going. I thought I saw Miss.
Miss Brenda.
Yeah, Miss Brenda. Is she ready on her matters? This is a good time. Miss Brimage? That's not Miss Brimage. No. Miss Wilson, we was thinking the same thing. Thank you. All right, Miss Brimage, good morning. We ready for you. Yes. You may. Officer, if you would just mute me.
Yes, ma'am.
I need your services. Good. Good. All right, let's do it. I am ready on Mr. Frederick Adams, case number 05-326-181. Mr. Adams, state your full name for me, please.
Frederick Adams.
Good morning, Mr. Adams. How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay.
All right, wonderful. I'm going to have Ms. Bremish place her appearance on the record, and then she'll report out. You may proceed.
Your Honor, Jasmine Bremish on behalf of the probation department. Mr. Adams is doing excellent. He did complete his last 2 stipulations on the order of probation, which was the victim impact payment on alcohol and highway safety. He has a 0 balance. All his screens have been negative, and my recommendation is that his probation be closed today with improvement.
All right, Mr. Fikens, any objection to closing him out today with improvement?
No objection, Judge. He's done a great job throughout, and we appreciate his hard work, and we wish the best to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
I'll get the discharge to you then. I'll get the discharge to you today.
Yes.
Not
All right, very good. So, Mr. Adams, I'm going to grant the request of your probation officer to close out your probation on today. I'll close it with improvement. Sir, I wish you well. She's going to get the documentation to me on today to sign it, and she will mail it to you, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right. All right, Mr. Adams, go and be well and take good care of yourself, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, who do we have next?
Alameen.
Mr. Alameen, good morning to you. Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
Good morning.
There you are. All right, I have case number SP 118-47242. State your full name, Mr. Alameen.
Mohammed Anwar Alamin.
Good, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Are you at work today?
Yes, I am.
All right, well, let's get Ms. Bremish to get the show on the road. Go ahead, Ms. Bremish.
Your Honor, Mr. Alameen is doing well. Also, he did complete his anger management. He has 1 more class to complete, which is the marijuana insight program. All his screens have been negative, and his balance was up to $605. It is February, so I'm gonna actually start knocking those down because August is around the corner.
All right, so Mr. Alameen, did you hear that? Ms. Bremish said you're doing well, but you haven't paid off your fines and costs yet. We need you to start doing that so you don't have any holdup in August, okay?
Okay, I will.
All right, start paying something monthly so that you don't try to save up all of it. Just pay something monthly, okay?
Okay, sounds good. I will.
All right, very good. Do you have any recommendations for Mr. Alameen?
Your Honor, I do want him to get the marijuana insight program scheduled also, so that would be the last thing he has to do outside of that.
Okay, did you hear that, Mr. Alameen?
Yes, I just need the paperwork for the class so I could know how to register for it.
Well, it's with Mr. Rice where you did the anger management at, but I can send you the information again.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Alameen, do you have any questions for the team or for Ms. Bremish or for me?
No.
No? All right, Ms. Bremish. Mr. Fikens, did you have anything?
Just briefly, Judge, I've known Mr. Alameen since the start of his contact with the criminal justice system. And sir, I'm amazed at the transformation and the changes you made for the better. You're just, you've just made a 180-degree turn from my perspective, and I just want to say I appreciate that. You should be proud of yourself because we're proud of you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. If nothing else, what's next for Mr. Alameen?
Your Honor, I had him scheduled for March 7th. Is that work for you Tuesday, March 7th?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Alameen, you'll come back on Zoom March 7th, 2023, and that'll be at 10 o'clock a.m., okay?
Okay. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, sir. Be safe. You do the same. All right, who do we have up next? All right, for Mr. Combs, if Mr. Combs could turn on his camera, please. All right, I have the following for Mr. Combs. I have SP 107-495-51, SP 107-495-21, and 05-385-951. Counsel for Mr. Combs, and make sure you read your chat from me, counsel, at some point. I'm sending it now, but place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Donovan McCarty, P80907, on behalf of Mr. Combs.
All right, thank you, Mr. Combs. State your name for the record.
Alan Combs.
I can't hear you.
Alan Combs.
All right, very good, and good morning to you, Mr. Combs.
Good morning.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Brimage, tell us what we need to know about Mr. Combs.
Well, Your Honor, before I start the report from Mr. Combs, I'm just gonna say that he really surprised me. When he came back on December 5th and his probation was reinstated, he has done everything we've asked him to do, and that was a shock. And I just want to say, Mr. Combs, keep up the good work. I didn't think he was gonna do it, you know how our interaction was that day. But he is doing excellent, Judge. He was assessed as instructed. He has an appointment with the Short Recovery Project on February 15th.
Okay.
He needs the alcohol, highway safety. All of his screens have been negative, no missed screens, no positive screens. He has a balance of $1,005. So he's on track with everything.
All right, very good. And then I know that there was, I had not told Mr. Combs how long his probation was going to be. What is your recommendation, Ms. Brimage?
My recommendation will be 12 months with the, with Mr. Combs understanding that he does what he's supposed to do. It's at the discretion of the court to allow or deny an early discharge.
All right, very good. And that 12 months would start back in December when he first came back. All right, very good. Mr. Combs, did you hear that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me hear from your attorney first. Counsel, is there anything that you'd like me to know about your client on this morning?
No, Your Honor, my client, I believe, can speak for himself, and I think what the probation officer just said is accurate. And it's clear that he also has made quite a few improvements. I do know that there were 2 outstanding tickets. I was recently retained on this matter, and I was hoping for those tickets. I think last hearing, if I'm correct, Mr. Combs told me that those were supposed to be dealt with this morning, but I was hoping for a little more time to speak to the city attorney so we could review those tickets. I apologize if I don't have all the.
Let me, my clerk is checking right now for those additional tickets.
Okay.
And so, okay, and then they should follow these cases so that when he's finished with us, he's finished with everything. And so, counsel, you're asking for time to speak with the prosecuting attorney to see what you can work out?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Mack?
This is the same ones that's on the docket, Judge.
Okay.
No extra.
Did you check in the system? He has not,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So counsel, other than the 3 matters that are on the docket, my clerk is reporting that there are no other outstanding matters.
Okay, I think that those 3 must be them then. I apologize, I don't have a ton of information. I was recently retained and there was another attorney working on this, and I've been, trying to communicate with him about it, but
Oh, but you know what? 2 of these matters, one is scheduled for pretrial and one is scheduled for hearing. And so that needs to be, that means we did have them follow. And so you do need to talk with the prosecuting attorney about those 2 matters.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, so there are 2 matters that you need to talk to them about.
Yep, okay, yeah, and those are the 2 that I have, I believe.
All right, very good. One ending in 9551 and one ending in 952. Correct.
Okay, yep, that's what I have. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so they will continue to follow. Let's set them again for pretrial and hearing. And counsel, maybe by the next time he comes back, or if you get something worked out, you can always walk him on to my docket to get it resolved.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, very good. Mr. Combs, you are doing well. You surprised Ms. Brimage. And
Yes,
so
I did.
I'm glad you did. We like surprises, good surprises. We like
Right.
good surprises.
Right.
And so I'm glad that you're working your program. Did you have any questions for the court this morning?
No, just want to thank the court and thank you, Your Honor, and thank Miss B.
Ms. B, all right, Ms. B. All right, very good. Listen, we want to thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity to make right what was wrong, okay?
Yes.
And not having a bad attitude about it. So thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your
Let's-
Honor.
All right, so his next date, Mr. Combs' next date will be March 7th, 2023, and that will also be at 10:00 a.m. Okay,
Okay.
all right, awesome, very good. You're in great shape. Both of you are excused. Take good care of yourselves and be safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Avery, are you on?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Brimage needs to go in a breakout room with you. And so before I can do your hearing, so that has to happen. And then Miss Daisha Adams needs to speak with an attorney.
Okay.
So you need to update one of the attorneys on what's going on. She's regular probation, but she's got some issues today.
And then Mr. Heisinger, log on and he's on.
Mr. Heisinger, I have not seen him.
Okay.
So if he's on, he needs to turn on his camera.
So I'll talk to Mr. Avery, then get Ms. Adams and their speak to the attorney.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. All right. Are we ready on, did you go in the breakout room with Mr. Huggins?
Yes, Judge, I did. We're ready. I'm ready on Mr. Hudgens, Judge. Thank you.
All right, very good. Give me 1 second. All right, I have, and if you could run Mr. Huggins to make sure he doesn't have anything else. I have case number 2206001101 for Donald Huggins. Mr. Huggins, please state your full name. Unmute for me, sir. There you go. I'm doing a request. If you hit that button and say yes, it should unmute you. Do you see it?
Okay,
There you go. State your name for me.
my name is Donald Hudgens.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Huggins.
Good morning to you too, Miss Holmes.
All right, we are ready to do your intake. Ms. Harris, you are presenting Mr. Huggins. You may proceed.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angel Harris on behalf of the Specialty Court Drug Court. Today we have Donald Hudgens. He was referred to us on January 27th by Judge Bryant. He is coming from a short stint in regular probation. Mr. Hudgens is here on a charge of controlled substance use. Mr. Hudgens is a 60-year-old African-American male who resides in the city of Detroit. He has a GED, but is currently unemployed. Mr. Hudgens does have 2 children, adult children. He does want to participate in our specialty court. He is at least 18 years old. He does admit that drugs have caused an issue in his life and problems. He does not have any prior violent felony convictions, and he has not participated in a specialty court in the last 10 years. Mr. Hudgens is currently in residential treatment at Elmhurst Home. where he has been since February 1st, which is when he was here at the court. He came from the jail. He was very honest on the 1-800 line while he was there, and has been placed at Elmhurst Home. He also currently has a GPS tether through house arrest that was placed on him on February 1st as well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, you went in the breakout room with Mr. Huggins?
Yes, Judge, thank you. He was very cooperative and respectful. We did go over the court's order. We talked about drug testing, counseling, community service, paying some fines and costs. I explained to him that he cannot leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. We talked about no drugs and no alcohol consumption. We talked about the fact that the court has the ability to amend the order, to change the order. He would get notice of any changes, and he would get a written copy of the order. Judge, he is eligible to participate in drug treatment court under Michigan law. We talked about his driver's license. He doesn't have a valid driver's license at this time. We also talked about the fact that this is a dismissible case. When he completes drug treatment court, this case may be dismissed. Judge, again, he was very cooperative, respectful. I enjoyed the conversation with him. I asked if he had any questions. He said he didn't have any questions. He would be talking to Ms. Harris later. He is at Elmhurst House. He does have his own home. He indicated to me that his son was at the home. When he's released from Elmhurst House, he hopes to go back to his own home. Judge, I am recommending his participation in drug treatment court. As I indicated previously, he is eligible to participate under Michigan law. Seems like a nice person. I indicated to him that it's a good program. We only want to help him. No one wants to hurt him. Take advantage of his opportunities in the program. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. All right, Mr. Huggins, you've heard what Ms. Harris and Attorney Reed has indicated to the court regarding you. Is there anything that you would like me to know about you?
Well, I like to tell the courts, you know, some years ago, well, back in the 80s, 85, 86, I did a 90-day program for treatment. I'm well aware of treatment and how it goes. I still remember the first 2 steps of treatment. I still remember the serenity prayer after all these years. But I'm willing to sit here and complete the program with no problem, because my only problem is Suboxones. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in over 30 years. Reading when they did the test, I was taking NyQuil, and that's what showed up as alcohol. I do not drink. I don't have.
No, sir. In order for you to test positive for NyQuil as alcohol, you'd have to drink 5 to 6 bottles consecutively, and then it will show up in your test as positive for alcohol. That's just a myth, okay?
Yeah, but
so I'm going to dispel that.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I ever was taking. Besides, I take baths with rubbing alcohol in my water.
That's not going to make you test positive either, Mr. Listen, Mr. Huggins, here's where we are. Judge Bryant sent you to me for a reason.
True.
Your charge is continued substance use. That's what you were charged with, okay? And you either pled guilty or you were found guilty. So to Judge Bryant, who had you on a regular probation that you did not successfully complete, you need help with substance use. So now, you can sit there and be in denial about rubbing alcohol and NyQuil, but that's not going to help you, sir. You will leave here you will leave here the same way that you came, and you will continue to have interactions with the criminal justice system, which will in all likelihood land you in jail. And so what I'm going to suggest to you is to be honest with yourself. You don't ever have to be honest with me. It's not going to work for you, but you need to be honest with yourself, because the only way that you're really going to get the help that you need so that you don't have to work yet another inpatient program is to be honest with yourself. You've got to be honest with you. You've got to look in that mirror and be honest with you so that you can get the help that you need. Otherwise, you're going to do this program and you may do it with no problems, but you'll be right back out there again. And I guarantee you'll be back in the criminal justice system. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say to you. So today, I know it's the first day, but while you're at Elmhurst, be honest with yourself, sir, so you can get the help that you need. Because clearly you need help. If you've been in some type of recovery services before and you're back here again, you need some help. And it sounds like you're not really being honest with yourself. So spend some time thinking about that, okay?
Will do.
All right, I appreciate that. Did you have any questions for the team on this morning?
No, I'd like to speak with Miss Harris about this because I have on my papers y'all have me for jams and house arrest. But I told the lawyer, I'm willing to stay here. I'm not trying to just rush up out of here and leave.
Well, I don't have you for jams and house arrest. That may be, and I don't know, Miss Harris, if that's something that Judge Bryant may have indicated for if he was released. When he is released from inpatient treatment, I don't know, but we'll get him assessed and Miss Harris will find out all of that information and she'll be communicating with you and with the court about how long your stay will be and what's next for you, okay?
Very well.
All right, very good. Miss Harris, was there anything you wanted to add?
I did just want to quickly say, Your Honor, I believe he's speaking of the release of information I had him sign, which has house arrest, as they are the ones that are monitoring him with the GPS tether that was placed. And it has jams because once he is discharged from Elmhurst, he will be doing random drug testing through jams. So it's just the release of information that he completed so that while he's working with us, we can communicate with these providers.
Okay, yeah, so then he has his tether through house arrest.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, yeah, no, it's not indicating that you are to be on house arrest. Your tether is through house arrest.
Then
Okay.
they had me for 5 days, 40 hours of community service.
Okay, Miss Harris, we'll talk with you about that right now. What your focus has to be is inpatient treatment. That's it. Inpatient treatment, working on you, okay? So that when you are released, okay, that you'll stay released from inpatient treatment. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
And Mr. Hudgens, sorry.
Hold on, Ms. Harris. Mr. Hudgens, do you have any other questions for the court or for the team?
No, not at this time.
All right, Ms. Harris?
I was just gonna remind Mr. Hudgens that he can call me this, anytime after we get off here, he can give me a call and I will try and clear up any issues or concerns he may have. Right now, so he doesn't have to worry about those and he can focus on what he's there for. Otherwise, Your Honor, I would just like to put him for a face-to-face with me on February the 14th. Which, Mr. Hudgens, just means we will speak on the phone. You do not actually have to physically come here.
Okay. But I don't have your phone number.
We'll take care of that. I can take care of that I'll take care of that for you, sir.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Harris. Thank you, Mr. Hudgens. I'm accepting you into our specialty court. I look forward to working with you and I will see you in a few weeks, okay?
No problem.
All right, thank you, sir. Take care.
Okay now.
All right. All right, very good. Ms. Harris, did you have another intake or was that Ms. Cleveland?
Ms. Cleveland has an intake. I had on the docket still, which was Mr. Fred Owens, which we had put the warrant out for last week. But I had an attorney reach out to me this morning. This might be the attorney, but was supposed to jump on because apparently he had some type of counsel and just wanted to go on the record that he is did not show up today and that warrant had been filed. So that was it.
Okay, yeah, I need an attorney can show up, but unless Mr. Mr. Owens is deceased or incapacitated, I need Mr. Owens to show up in this courtroom. That's the bottom line. I'm not taking the warrant out of the system without having had Mr. Owens come in. He's not eligible for a Zoom hearing.
From what I understand, Your Honor, the attorney was actually only coming on because he had a retained attorney in the matter, like when this first occurred in 2015, and it was somehow passed back to that office, and he was, I believe, coming on to excuse himself, but I have no idea where he's at. So either way,
Good
Mr.
morning.
Owens is still missing.
Mr. Nasser is unable to log on. I was going to stand in his place.
Okay, so
okay. And so Mr. Owens, he is in warrant status, is that correct?
And
Okay, that's okay. All right. So on case number, counsel, let me just put a case number on the record. Z8051711, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Caitlin Crapo standing in for Attorney Mohammed Nasser, P86272.
All right, thank you, and good morning to you. Counsel, do you know where Mr. Owens is?
No, at this point, he's absconded. We would like to withdraw. We have no, again, this, like Ms. Harris was explaining, this kind of got passed back to us. We were just, we were told we had to be here, but we would like to withdraw at this time. We haven't had any contact with him. We haven't been able to get into contact with him. We've been having the same issues.
Okay, all right, very good. Then, counsel, I'm going to grant your motion to withdraw, and I will allow you to withdraw as defense counsel on behalf of Mr. Owens. Thank you for appearing. Ms. Mack, please make sure that goes into my already. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Owens will remain in warrant status. All right, very good. You are free to leave, counsel. All right. Ms. Burmich, are you ready to call the remainder of your cases?
I'm ready to call Mr. Avery. I went upstairs and go in to talk to him. Ms. Adams, as soon as I'm done with Avery, I'll hear him.
Okay, let's do, unless you want to just do them back to back, go ahead and talk with her and get her set up to talk with an attorney, and then I can do both of them.
It's real quick.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, let's do for Anthony Avery. I have case number Z8086981. Mr. Avery, state your full name.
Anthony Avery.
All right, good morning to you, Mr. Avery.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, you doing okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good, very good. Come on, Ms. Brimage, place your appearance on the record again for me.
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, you may proceed.
Mr. Avery has been with us a little under a month. He's behind his probation contract on January 10th, 2023. He has already completed the victims impact panel. He's scheduled to complete the alcohol highway safety and the marijuana insight program on February 14th. All screenings have been negative with no misses. He's screening twice a week at Avery Health. Me and Mr. Avery spoke today. I urged him to call the number on the back of his insurance card so he can get the outpatient treatment started. And I told him that outpatient treatment, not taking anything away from the classes, but outpatient treatment is like the foundation.
All right.
So he's gonna do that today.
All right, very good. So Mr. Avery, you understand you need to do that today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. No issues to report as to Mr. Avery?
No, Your Honor, and he paid $300 towards his signing cost already.
All right, wonderful. How are you doing, Mr. Avery, so far on this probation?
I'm handling it very well. I feel like, and being sober, it has allowed me to think more clear and make better decisions too.
All right, very good. Very good. I'm glad you see that, and that's beneficial to you, right?
It is.
Okay, awesome. I want you to continue to do the things that keep you sober so you can make some good decisions, including I need you to get into your counseling, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. What's next for Mr. Avery?
Your Honor, we had a in-person report scheduled for February 13th, but we just changed that to February 21st. So I'll see him February 21st, and his court date with you is March 7th.
All right, so we'll put March 7th on the docket at 10:00 a.m. But you are to see Ms. Brimage on the dates that she gave you, or the date that she gave you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. If no other questions and no other comments, you are free to leave.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, Miss Brimage, make sure that Miss Daisha gets on with the attorney and you update them.
about to do it, I have to wait down.
Okay, wonderful, awesome. All right, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, ma'am, may I approve?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Fikens,
Yes, sir.
have you talked to Mr. Attorney Rosenthal about these trials?
I have not.
Okay. Is Attorney Rosenthal here today?
Don't know,
Okay.
but I will text him right now.
Okay.
Let me let them know.
You're on.
Okay, very good. Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens, I have the case for Frederick Logan, 220-596-3601. Mr. Logan is here, he's in the box. Mr. Logan, can you just say your name very loudly for me?
Frederick Logan.
All right, thank you, you may be seated. All right. And so, Mr. Logan has come back positive. His screen has come back positive for 2 substances. What Mr. Logan did do is he got on the 1-800 number and he was truthful about his usage, not only what he's using, but about the amount that he's using. And so, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because he has been assessed for inpatient treatment, Ms. Cleveland has done a fabulous job in finding him, making sure he can go to the appropriate facility. He was sent to Elmhurst. She has connected with them. They are going to pick him up today for treatment. He is not in any condition for me to do an intake on today. And so instead of sending him to jail for coming to court under the influence, I would rather send him to inpatient treatment as assessed through DWIN. And then we'll go from there. I'll do his intake next week. Let's get him where he's substance free. And then I'll do his intake next week. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, any objection?
No objections, Judge. I did have an opportunity to spend some time with Mr. Logan in the breakout room. We did talk about drug treatment court. He was receptive, he was respectful, he was cooperative, and I have no objections to the court's decision today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Your Honor, no objection.
All right, very good. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to Miss Cleveland, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
No, Your Honor, I'm just going to, make sure that I maintain contact with him as soon as he arrives there so that I can get the appropriate documents, the intake and all that, and request the clinical assessment for him, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I do thank you, Mr. Logan, for being honest, okay? You want some help?
Yeah.
You know that you need it, right? All right, and if you're willing to get that help, we're gonna give it to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, and so what I'll do is he's ordered to go to inpatient treatment at Elmhurst. And then I am going to see him by way of Zoom on this, give me a date.
Your Honor, may we see him on the February the 16th or can we do the 14th is Valentine's Day? I don't know.
Let's do the 16th. Y'all trying to mess with my Valentine's Day. Somebody might be loving me that day, I don't know.
Yes, 2/16, Your Honor, at 8:30 a.m., if that's okay.
All right, February 16th, 2023, and that will be at 8:35 a.m., okay? All right, very good. So I'll see you on Zoom next week, but we're gonna get you somewhere to get you some help instead of jail, okay? You're very welcome. Thank you, Miss Cleveland, job well done.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to, I'm gonna do Miss Brimage. Miss Brimage, did you finish your oh, she just went to a breakout room, so she just disappeared on me. You said Mr. Manning did not want to speak with an attorney?
I'm gonna ask again.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna put some dates on the record. I have for Stephen Boomer, SP 133-37602, case number 22056610001. Mr. Boomer had a face-to-face with Mr. Yancey. His return to court date is February 21st, 2023 at 8:45 a.m. And then I have for Orlando Henderson, SP 1104886, counts 1 and 3, and case number U598-43121. Mr. Henderson also had a face-to-face with Mr. Yancey. His return to court date will be February 14th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Yancey, for providing those dates for me.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, let's keep going. I had some 9:30s and a 10 o'clock. Oh no, 10 o'clock is here. And then Miss Mack, you'll get the 10:30s ready for me?
I'm ready.
You ready? Let me just put those on very quickly. I have for Lawrence Aitzman, SP 1280741.
He paid, he's on a delayed sentence, and today is his date for the end of his delayed sentence.
All right, then I am dismissing without prejudice that particular matter. Thank you. And then for Cody Jack Hanna. Did he pay anything?
Not on the case that I looked up. I didn't, he hadn't paid anything.
Didn't we schedule all of these for him to?
And there's another date that's coming up for one additional ticket that wasn't adjourned to pay, but that's not today. I saw that on.
That's the one that's under the probation. It's like 580 or something.
Yeah.
That's the one I looked up, but when you look and see.
While she's doing that, are we ready on Mr. Manning?
Your Honor, Mr. Manning has asked to speak to an attorney, Your Honor.
All right, we'll put Mr. Manning in a breakout room. He needs to speak with an attorney. He's asked to speak with an attorney.
And
If
Your
you
Honor,
are coming into my courtroom for a trial, please check in with the clerk. You can check in. We need to know that you're here so that we don't dismiss your case. If you're law enforcement or an attorney, not a defendant. All right. Yes.
I need to go back into a breakout room, the conference room, or be invited into the conference room, Ms. Brimage.
Oh, tell him that Mr. Reed is there.
Oh, Ms. Brimmer said Mr. Reed is in there now.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know Mr. Michael was on the record.
Okay. So we're good, Mr. Fikes?
Yes, we are, Judge.
All right, wonderful. I have Sean Cook on my record. Why is Mr. Cook on? He's a part of a different docket.
Right.
Can you reach out to mental health court and find out why Mr. Cook is on my docket and he has not checked in?
Yeah.
And then
So Judge, I'm not, for Mr. Hannah, on his cases, there's only one case that he owes money on.
right, but Mr. Fikes, I think for these matters, they were placed on my docket and they were supposed to be for pre-trial because he did not get these cases dismissed. They're on here as review, but they should be for pre-trial.
Yeah, yes, Judge, I agree.
And so, Mr. Hannah, this is what I'll do. You said there's another one that's adjourned to pay?
Yes, and that's the one that's under the program. He owes $580.
When is that scheduled for?
Give me 2 seconds, I'll tell you, 1 second. February the 10th, the payment is due.
All right,
Which
so,
is Friday.
all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place, since he's already scheduled to come on February 10th, I am going to schedule him to, I'm gonna adjourn all of these matters. They should be set for pre-trial. Yes, so case numbers U 563096620, U 563131120, U 563136620, U 563141120, U 563149220, U 563150020, U 575840020, U 575999320, and U 581179220. I'm adjourning all of those matters to February 10, 2023 at what time? 10:30?
Yes.
I'll put them off at 10:30 and they should be for pre-trial.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
Oh. I'm checking on Mr. Cook now.
All right. Did you reach out on Cook?
I'm working on that right now.
You are, okay,
Yes.
all right. I was about to text, I don't know do that.
So Ms. Taylor is following up with, Sergeant Cobo on this. He was supposed to be,
Oh, we may have just put him on to just make sure he got
right,
tethered and
she's,
sent to his
following up on
facility.
that right
Okay,
now.
very good.
Yeah, and then we'll know something. I think that's why he was on the docket, but not necessarily for him to have a hearing, but just to make sure that he got he's supposed to get a Wayne County tether and be released to QBH, inpatient treatment facility. So she's following up on that right now.
Okay.
So let us know.
Attorney Fikens,
Yes, sir.
are we in recess?
Yeah, not full recess, not full recess.
Okay. I see that Sergeant Martin is here and I see Officer Jether is here, so.
That's right.
Have you talked to Attorney
Yeah, we not
Rosenthal?
in recess. I'm waiting on y'all.
Oh,
Y'all
I'm
at
ready.
recess.
Oh, okay, I didn't see, I'm ready, Judge, Miss Adams.
Okay, let's do Miss Adams. Yes, you need to approach.
It was quiet. It was quiet.
Yes, right here, and I stand right here.
You're not gonna get recess anymore, Miss Green.
Who's in the breakout room?
Mr. Manning is waiting for.
Oh, Mr. Manning is waiting on an attorney to go to the breakout room.
And I need an invitation to get in, Judge, if I could.
Miss Wilson?
We're gonna adjourn Mr. Cook until tomorrow. She wasn't able to verify.
Thank you. I have the invitation.
All right, very good. So let me just do that real quick for, oh. Can you see that?
We don't. I'm sorry. No, I'm not good. It's a phone. You don't take it and hide it from me. See, I had it on there. You playing find the judge.
All right. All right. So I have for Sean Cook, SP 132-40741, U602-26321, U629-50522, and U635-51222. Mr. Cook is a part of our other specialty court. I placed him on today's docket just to make sure that he received his tether and went to treatment. The case manager is not able to get that update from the jail right now. And so I'm going to adjourn him to tomorrow, February 8th, 2023, and that will be at 9:30 a.m. All right. Are we ready on Miss Adams?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I have the following for Miss Adams, Z808-2801. Miss Adams, state your full name for me, please. You have to talk louder than that, ma'am.
Deja Adams.
All right, good morning to you. Miss Adams, there you go, Miss Mac. I have some real issues with you on today, but I'm gonna let Miss Brimage make the record, and then I'll hear from all of the parties. Go ahead, Miss Brimage.
Your Honor, Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department. Ms. Adams is here for her review. Last review, she was allowed to pay her reinstatement fee to get her restricted license. She has completed the alcohol highway safety and the victim's impact panel. She has a $700 balance with the court. She's an outpatient treatment at Pop-Off. She's in compliance with that. The reason Ms. Adams is here in person today is because she did have a positive screen for alcohol on January 30th. Ms. Adams told me that she was gonna be positive. I spoke with you and we said as long as she was honest and her treatment was increased, then we would address it at her next court date. But the issue was another positive screen came up on February 2nd.
Miss Adams, you drinking?
No.
So that means that the issue is bigger than what you're saying it is.
The issue for that, because I fell into a dark place. I fell into a hole because it was like a lot of stuff started happening within my family.
But Miss Adams, Miss
like,
Adams, hold on. We've given you resources though, so that when things get tough, you have the team at Pop-Off, you have a case manager here, and so you have other things, other alternatives other than just picking up alcohol.
Yeah, but before I had did that, I was coming up, like, I was trying to come up with anything other than that, but that was like the only thing that kept on like popping up in my head, and I know I wasn't supposed to do it, but it was just like, it was there for me to escape for the time that I need to escape, but then when I finally came back to myself, I realized that I made a bad choice of that.
Ms. Brimage, didn't you tell me that the therapist said she gave her the opportunity to increase therapy?
She did, Judge, but that was in a short period of time. I talked to her, she called me on the 31st. That's when she talked to the therapist.
And when she asked her to increase therapy, what did Ms. Adams say?
Ms. Adams told me that she told her she would wait and see. Right, Ms. Adams?
Yes.
So see, there are things available to you, you're not taking advantage of.
So Judge, when I spoke to the therapist yesterday, I did tell her though, that wasn't, it shouldn't have been voluntary. That should have been something she said and she put into place. You don't give somebody who's going through something an option to increase the treatment or not.
No, we don't do that. And so, Miss Brimage, what's your recommendation? Now, and I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Reed, who went in the breakout room, Mr. Reed?
Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed, here's my issue. Miss Adams was here asking me to give her permission so she could get her license. And I did that. And then you turn around and start drinking instead of utilizing the resources that are available. Mr. Reed, you know that can't happen on my watch. That cannot happen. I cannot set her up to be able to, she's already here for a drinking and driving related incident. I can't set her up to go out there and be harmful to herself or to the public at large. I can't and I won't.
Yes, Judge, thank you. I did talk to Ms. Adams in the breakout room, and I advised her to be honest, and I think she is being honest today. We talked about making bad choices, and she understands choices that she made were not good choices. She explained to me the reasons behind her alcohol consumption, family problems, death in the family, and I talked to her about using our resources and not turning to alcohol to try to resolve or make these issues better. I think she was honest. I believe she drug tested today. I believe she's clean today. I would recommend increased counseling. She's asking for help, and I think we can, I know we can help her. She just made some bad choices and she's being honest, and I would recommend increased counseling to help her out, Judge.
Well, Mr. Reed, I'm not equipped to make a therapeutic adjustment. I need the therapist to do that. That's who is responsible for making therapeutic adjustments, not me. When they tell me this is the adjustment that they've made, then I'm going to incorporate it in my order. But I'm not equipped to make a therapeutic adjustment. So that becomes problematic for me.
I do have a recommendation.
Okay, Ms. Brimage, speak in that mic so Mr. he can hear you.
All right. So my recommendation, this can't be a verbal warning because this is the second one. She had one in December. So my recommendation is that she does go back to her counselor and they do redo an assessment and see what modality, treatment modality she needs. But I would recommend that she does AA twice a week, find a sponsor, and do 40 hours of community service.
I'm gonna let you slide with that. Ms. Wilson, somebody just yawned out loud and stretched in my courtroom. And you see, I kept my composure. All right. I'm really struggling. Listen, how quickly can she get reassessed by Ms. Helms?
I can take her upstairs. I can take her upstairs right now and try to reach out to Ms. Helms to see when we can get that scheduled for. Or I can go up, she can sit down here, and then I can go up and come back and let you know.
All right, very good. I want to hear from Ms. Helms because AA is considered to be a therapeutic adjustment. So I want to hear from Ms. Helms as to whether or not she should do AA. But I'm gonna tell you all, I'm keeping her today, and I'm just trying to sit here and figure out where I'm keeping her. Is she going to the Wayne County Jail, or is she just gonna be sitting here?
Judge, I would just add that Miss Adams is respectful. She's not running away from the problem. She did show up in court today. She walked into court today to accept whatever the court does. And if the court intends to hold her, I would just ask the court to hold her until 3 o'clock and release her today, not confine her in the Wayne County Jail because of her honesty and the fact that she did walk in and she's asking for help, and we're here to help her.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Miss Adams, if you need more help, you've got to be honest with the therapy person because you're going to end up over at the Wayne County Jail either way it goes. You're only going to be able to ride this out for a couple of months, maybe a month or two, and then you're going to be right back to testing positive. Because every day that you wake up, ma'am, there's a 50-50 chance that life is going to happen, that something's going to catch you by surprise, something's going to knock the wind out of you, some unexpected news, some people making bad decisions that impact you. It's a 50-50 chance. So your response can't be alcohol. And so listen, if the problem is bigger, then what I recommend to you is you be honest with Ms. Helms, tell Ms. Helms what's going on, so Ms. Helms can recommend the appropriate level of treatment. Because what you're not going to do is drink on the 30th or test positive on the 30th, and then 2 or 3 days later, we got another positive test. No, ma'am. That's an indicator to me that there is a bigger problem. And so I'm going to tell you what I said earlier to Mr. Logan. You need to be honest with yourself, okay? You need to be honest with you. You know how bad the problem is. You know what's going on. And if you need a different level of care, then let's get her in a different level of care through the professionals, which would be at Pop-Off, so that we can make sure we're doing everything that we can do to help you on this side. Because otherwise, you're going to find yourself on that side of the door, which means you're going to the Wayne County Jail. Am I clear? So why didn't we consider her for a specialty court?
I'll look at the upstairs and look at the free and let you know when I come back down.
I'm gonna text you. Oh, we probably want to know the same thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is okay, girl. Okay. I'm thinking that too. Check this out. And then she received those services before. And then because I was a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Reed, I just had a sidebar with Ms. Brimage. And I'm asking Ms. Brimage why Ms. Adams was not considered for one of our specialty courts. And she had the same concern. Ms. Brimage is going to take the opportunity to go and look at the pre-sentence investigation report to see if there was some glaring reason why she was not recommended for, and we both had the same specialty court in mind. And why she wasn't considered, because there may be something else going on, and I would hate to send Ms. Adams to jail and there's something else going on instead of getting her I'd rather get her the help that she needs. Ms. Brimage is also going to reach out to Ms. Helms to find out about reassessment in the event that there is something in her PSI as to why she was not considered for a specialty court.
Yes, Judge, I have no objection to that. I don't like to hear that word jail, so no objections, Judge.
Okay, I really don't like to hear the word jail either, but I need, there's just some questions I need answered.
Yes,
So I
Judge.
can know I'm making the right decision. Okay, Ms. Adams,
Okay,
is that fair?
it's fair.
I want to make sure I'm equipping you with the right services and the right level of help. And instead of just sending you to jail. Jail's not gonna solve a problem, but I may have some other things available that can help you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, give us a moment and I'll recall you. All right, very good. That is what I'll do. All right, are we ready on Mr. Manning?
Yes.
Oh,
Judge.
okay. Okay, they said he's still in there.
Well, he needs to come out. We're ready, Judge.
Your Honor, you want him up at the podium?
Yes, after you get it together.
Yeah, he'll be out in a second. Mr. Manning, you want to step up to the podium, sir? They're gonna call me and let me know that.
Judge,
All right, let's go. Yes, sir.
I wanted to make a comment about the traffic docket whenever you're ready.
Okay, do you want to make a comment now?
Judge, I'm looking at the screen, and from what I see on the screen, we have 2 officers and no defendants in their cases. And we have 1 defendant and we have no officer. So I think we're going to be making 1 motion to dismiss, and there are going to be a couple of warrants issued. If I'm reading that correct, Mr. Fikens, am I reading it correct?
Well, we have we have 2 defendants who have shown up, Mr. Reed.
Okay. 2 without officers and 2 officers with no defendants.
All right, I will call it after I will call the traffic docket after I finish with Mr. Manning, okay?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Let's do it. I have for Javon Manning, Z8080701. Mr. Manning, state your full name, please. All right, Mr. Manning, you know that your test results came back confirmed for alcohol. And so I'm gonna let Ms. Cleveland make the record so we have a factual basis. Ms. Cleveland.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Manning is reporting in person today regarding a screen at JAMS where he submitted a sample on January 17, 2023. The court received information on the 19th regarding the positive screen. The court, his matter was brought before the court, and the court decided to, because of his statement of denial that he was not using, the court ordered a confirmation of the screen. The screen confirmation recently was returned, Your Honor, and it confirmed that he was positive for alcohol ETG at a certain level, as well as ETS at a certain level. ETS is considered during the confirmation to be consistent with alcohol consumption, Your Honor. This report was provided by me by Jams. I did let Mr. Manning know. I even sent him a copy, a screenshot of the results so we could see that and be clear. He was ordered today to appear in person, and he's here, Your Honor. He has spoken with his attorney, Mr. Fikens. And that's all the information I have right now.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. And first I want to say that, Mr. Manning has been a good, solid person in this program. He certainly indicated to me that he knows and told me that he did consume. And I want that record to be clear. He apologizes court for making this court jump through hoops. He didn't mean that. He didn't know what was going on. He knows that a relative had made some orange juice and vodka and put it away in the fridge, and he consumed it. And he's not trying to make any.
What? Mr. Fikens, can you just tell that story one more time? He made what?
Well, Judge, I can have him tell the story. There was a relative at his house who made a cocktail for not Mr. Manning, but for himself, but left it there in the refrigerator. And Mr. Manning then took that and put it, drank it. He did consume it, Judge. I'll let Mr. Manning certainly fill in any gaps that I've left
Mr. Manning. Now, Mr. Manning, you stood right here before me, right? I called you in here, didn't I?
Yes.
And I asked you, Mr. Manning, were you drinking, and what did you tell me?
No.
You told me nothing about some concoction that a cousin or any relative made and put in your refrigerator and you drank it.
Right.
And I also told you that when that confirmation came back, I was not interested in hearing any stories, right?
Right.
Okay, what you want to tell me, Mr. Manning?
I actually didn't know about the orange juice until actually this morning. I got a text while I was sitting in the courtroom.
You got a text almost 2 weeks later that your cousin remembered that he put Mr. Manning.
Actually, it was my brother. It was my brother. We conversated.
Mr. Manning, you know what? I'm gonna give you a second to think about what you're about to tell me. Cause that being dishonest and untruthful, that's what's gonna send you over to that Wayne County jail. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds to think about this whole story. And I hate to laugh because I don't have a mask on. But listen, sir, what you're not about to tell me is that on January 17th, you tested. And now your brother is texting you this morning on February the 7th and telling you, oh, I put some vodka and orange juice. Because see, when you tested positive, when you got the notice from Miss Cleveland, and I know she notified you right away that you were positive, then it looks like you would have been hounding your brother down or whoever to find out why in the heck am I positive. Sir, you talking about how many weeks later? 1, 2, you talking about 3 weeks later. Mr. Manning, stop. That's what I'm gonna tell you, stop. Don't do that. Don't insult my intelligence or yours. Don't do that.
And Judge.
Let Mr. Fikens, and then I'll hear from you, Mr. Manning. Go ahead.
I think what he wants to make clear to you and what came out in the breakout room wasn't regarding so much time lapses and him trying to find out what happened and whether or not his brother got back to him in a timely manner. He certainly was upset that he and faced up to the issue, and that is that he did drink. That part is, and I'm glad that he was willing to step forward and tell me, despite everything else, that is something that he did. And whether it's accidental or purposeful, drinking is drinking, and people don't accidentally drink. At some point, you realize that there might be alcohol in it. At some point, you keep drinking. I'm much more impressed by the fact that at least he came with an acknowledgement that he drank. I think he certainly has demonstrated that he has honesty. He needs to be honest with himself at all times and honest with this court. And it's how he responds to this in a positive way, Judge, so that he doesn't do it again. I think he's sincere that he won't do it again. There's no excuse for whether how it gets there. To me, is not as important as that it's there and that somehow you let it into your body and you got it into your system. And I'm glad he was able to come forward and say that was true. He apologizes. I think he feels that he let himself down. Certainly feels that he's let this court down. I just wanted to let the court know that.
Mr. Manning, what do you want? Thank you, Mr. Fikes. Mr. Manning, what do you want to say to me?
I wanted to say that I know we're supposed to watch what we put inside our body, what we drink, what we consume, and regardless of how that there is there, and I accept full responsibility for it.
Ms. Cleveland, what is your recommendation?
Your Honor, I would like to say for the record that he has had a very good record for a long period of time, Your Honor. I know when he first got into the program, there was some things that was going on. Possibly even some similar situations where he admitted that he didn't know something might have been in his system or given to him or created for him until he consumed it and then the test was positive and then, it came back and he made an admission here before the court. And I kind of recognize that sometimes as a struggle for people to admit certain things. It's not so much because they don't know that they have consumed something, but sometimes it's the fear of the unknown of what's going to happen to them, and it just really compels them to withhold information or see things in a certain perspective. That's how I'm going to describe what I'm witnessing or observing from Mr. Manning with my history of dealing with him. Your Honor, he has had a long time being sober. I don't want him to go back into a situation where he is having relapse events that is keeping him from good progress that he's made. I believe he needs to be reassessed. My recommendation again is for reassessment of him so that he can describe honestly and forthright with his counselor.
But if he's saying that somebody else made something and put in his refrigerator and he drank it by accident or whatever, a reassessment is not going to be beneficial for him. He's not being honest.
That's correct, Your Honor, because the truth, which I stress to all of my clients when they come to this court, the truth allows us, and Your Honor, to do the alternatives that can be done to help and assist with, problems. So Your Honor, I don't recommend jail for him. However, I would recommend a jail sanction in advance if he does not get on a corrective path. His screens post the 17th have all been negative, including today, Your Honor. I don't know if there's a lesson here for him because at this stage in the program, and he is phase 4, and he made sure that the court knew that what phase he was in because he said he's organizing tracks that clearly. This is the time when he's supposed to be committed to himself, committed to this program, on the right path. He's done so many things, he's got so many tools. This really, at this point, consuming someone else's beverage, not knowing what you're drinking should not be an issue. Not
in phase 4.
But Your Honor, I am not recommending jail time for him myself. I don't feel that is going to help him with this lesson. I think maybe a writing assignment on honesty and truthfulness and how that makes him feel to be truthful as opposed to not being truthful. That might be something that gives him a lesson. owning up to your responsibility, which he's doing right now, but maybe writing an essay for one page.
But he hasn't really owned up to his responsibility because he's saying to me that somebody put a drink in his refrigerator and now 3 weeks later they texted him about it.
Your
He's
Honor,
not.
I mean, I'm at a loss. I'm very concerned for him. I want him to complete this program. He has made great progress. I just really think he needs something to make him consider, you know, his words, to make sure that his words are clear and concise and honest, even if it initially described what could have happened. Your Honor, but I don't have a recommendation as far as anything except additional assessments.
In your honor,
Yes, sir.
my recommendation, I too don't wish to see him in jail. There has to be an immediate response by Mr. Manning, though, in his life, that when he confronts these issues, there's no help for him in delaying things or putting things off, or he needs to realize that responsibility needs to come quickly, so that if these events do happen, they're responded to quickly. Putting it off for this length of time seems to be the problem in this case. And I think something like a paper or something that allows him to reflect on that the responsibility in this program has to be immediate, has to be forthright, has to be honest, even though there might be some consequences to it, because if everything he says is true, he let the consequences build up to such a point that we're now here. And that's not something that's necessarily in Mr. Manning's personality, or if it is, he needs to reflect on that. So I'd recommend a paper or something of that sort.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In light of what Mr. Attorney Sikens has said too, and it's making me think a little further, I actually am going to recommend community service, additional community service hours at Lake Ridge Village, a place where they convene there, they take onus for things, and they also give back to show that they are willing to be responsible and in an organized manner. And he's supposed to do 40 hours of community service. I would ask that he do an additional 8 to 10 hours of community service, and that be documented and started and documented immediately, because I believe that might help build a character in his character, and understanding of, you know, you have to be responsible for yourself, and you may have to be responsible for others, and you have to recognize when people are not being responsible for you. So that might be a lesson that he learns throughout that additional community service hour. I forgot to ask, Mr. Manning, have you done community service yet? Have you finished it?
No.
So he would need to do those starting immediately, Your Honor, because he's in phase 4. I don't believe he has much more left to do, including, you know, who's been paying on his fees and costs. He doesn't have much of that left to do. That would be my recommendation. Possibly that would be helpful and build that within his character.
All right. I am going to order. I just struggle with the dishonesty. I am going to hold him today until 4:00 p.m. Definitely going to hold him. I'll get him reassessed. If you think that may be helpful, is that with Detroit Recovery Project?
Yes.
All right, let's get him reassessed. Make sure we're not missing anything. I need you to be honest with the assessor, okay? All right. I'm not going to, I was gonna hold some jail days in advance. I won't do that. I will order him to do an additional, he's gonna do an additional 15 hours at Lake Ridge, and he's to start immediately. So it'll be his 40 per the original order, and then his 15 additional hours of community service to start immediately at Lake Ridge. And so that will be my order for today. Mr. Manning, look, we understand that people struggle. We understand that. And I've said to you before, honesty is always going to go farther with me than anything else, right? So I need you to be honest. We can't help you if you're not honest. What's gonna happen is if you're really having an issue, you're gonna keep on, because if it's an issue, you can't just say, I'm gonna stop. You're gonna end up in the Wayne County Jail, and that's not what I want for you. I'd rather see you get some help, okay? All right, so that's my order. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so he's gonna be taken into custody today until 4:00 p.m. He's going to be reassessed by DRP. Miss Cleveland, make sure that we get him on track for that. He'll have the additional 15 hours of community service to start immediately at Lake Ridge. And then what would be his next court date?
Your Honor, today was a, in-person hearing. He is phase 4, Your Honor. I would ask that we see him again via Zoom on the 24th, which will be February 24th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. If he's not complying with the court's orders, then that will be in person, Your Honor.
All right. So he's not in a facility that's put him on for 8:45, right, Ms. Manning?
Yes.
Okay, all right, very good. Then February 24th will be the date. All right, Mr. Manning?
There's home that drove down, I parked on the street.
At a meter?
Yes.
So you need to, do you have the app on your phone?
No.
Do you know your license plate number?
No, I'm driving my cousin with, she's out of town.
Okay, now you knew what you was coming in here for. Why would you park on the street? You knew there was a high likelihood you weren't going home today. So all I can do is tell you, do you have where you can park somewhere?
Maybe in the parking lot across the street.
Okay, I know it was crowded over there this morning, but anything could have changed by now. It's 11:35. And so, officer, I'm gonna let him go park his car, move his car. If you don't come back within the next 15 to 20 minutes, you know it's not gonna be nice. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I don't wanna get you hemmed up. Go ahead. All right, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And,
Mr. Manning, if you write down that, that's okay. Go ahead, do what you're doing. Go ahead. All right. Okay.
Your Honor, and I'll provide him the information. I do have to go upstairs and I'll make sure that I provide him the information for contact with the Lake Ridge.
Yes.
I hope they help him.
Yes, they will. They will. All right, very good. Are we ready? Or Miss Adams, or you have some information? Yes, ma'am. You may. And then we'll be ready to go to our traffic matters.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Yes.
But before you go, there's a Mr. Al Madrahi in the courtroom, or not in the courtroom, but on Zoom. There is an officer here for that. I need to go into a breakout room with Mr. Al Madrahi and the interpreter.
Okay, please do.
Thank you, Judge.
It's a big candy. I don't know if I can put this in my mouth.
Mr. Al Madrahi, please accept the invitation.
تفضل في الحكومة عادي. بدهم بس. وبعدين كيف قال بعد 6 شهور يعني إذا ما مش عليهم
Hello.
Yeah, this is Judge Wagner. I'm
Paul, are we in a breakout room or?
You're in the main session. You're in the main session, Mr. Fikens.
Oh,
This
I'm
isn't the
sorry.
breakout room.
I lost my screen.
I think she's on another call with another judge or another courtroom. So, but she's here on another on a state case on that I can tell you, give me 2 seconds. On that one that you just went in the breakout room with the interpreter, she's on that case. Ms. Cole is on that case.
Okay, then I need to go into a breakout room with Miss Cole
Okay.
so I can confirm what was offered to me
Okay.
by Mr. Rosenthal.
Mr. Fikens,
Yes, sir.
are we ready on the traffic?
Yes, we are. We're all set.
Good. Two, no complaining witness.
I don't know. Let me check. Yes.
One, no defendant.
Yes.
Do we have a plea?
Yes.
Good.
Coming to screen.
Judge, I got a 12 o'clock PSI interview, so if they need to leave, when they just call me. I'll come.
Okay, can you leave your PSR report for them to see it?
So it was the alcohol assessment.
Okay, wonderful. Miss Matthew checking in with them? All right, wonderful. Let's do it. Let's go to Miss Rahal's case. Are we ready on that one?
We are, Judge.
Oh, cool. No, he's good. All right, very good. What's the name on the case for Miss Rahal?
Al Nadrahi.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Rahal, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in today's proceedings and that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions? So help you God.
I do. Good morning, Your Honor. Samara Rahal, interpreting Arabic for the court, state certified qualified.
Thank you so much. I have the following matter, case number SX 414-10251. Please have the defendant state his name for the record.
سيد عمال معروف اعطينا اسمك للتسجيل.
وليد علي مسعد المضرحي.
Okay. Walid
All right,
Ali.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Are there any officers present or law enforcement present on this particular matter?
Sergeant Dan Martin, badge number 409.
Thank you and good morning to you as well.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right.
Sayed
How
Dan.
are we sorry, go ahead. Okay.
سيد دنمارك هو الشرطي مشان هالقضية.
وما سمعتك ايش؟
سيد دنمارك الشرطي كان على هذه القضية.
Okay.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, how are we proceeding today?
عم تسأل كيف رح نكمل اليوم؟ رح يجاوب.
Your Honor, my client wishes to accept an offer from the people. He'll be tendering a plea of guilty, asking this court to consider a 6-month delayed sentence.
هذا القاضي اللي موكلني بيريد يقول هو مذنب لأنه قدموا له مدة العام حكم مؤخر.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Madrahi, please raise your right hand.
سيد المدراهي عمل معروف ارفع ايدك اليمين.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
تعرف بالله الشهادة رح تعطيها رح يكون الحقيقة وبس الحقيقة.
الحقيقة نعم.
The truth, yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down and Mr. Fikes, you may proceed.
نزل ايدك والمحاميك رح يحكي.
Sir, you understand that in this matter you have a right to a trial, correct?
سيد انت فاهمين لك حق تكمل بقضية صح؟
صح.
Correct.
And you wish to give up to trial and plead guilty today, correct?
وانت بتريد تتنازل عن هالحق وتقول انت مذنب اليوم صح؟
نعم.
Yes.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
بحريتك بإرادتك القرار اليوم؟
نعم.
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
أي أحد جبرك أو وعدك بشيء لا تقول أنت مذنب اليوم.
لا.
No.
Sir, I direct your attention back to the date and time of the ticket. On that date and at that time, were you in the city of Detroit?
سيد بدي أعطي انتباهك لتاريخ والوقت يلي موجود على الضبط. أنت كنت بمدينة ديترويت؟
نعم كنت مدينة ديترويت.
I was in Detroit City.
And were you in an automobile with open alcohol as a passenger in that automobile?
وكنت أنت قاعد حد السايق وبهالسيارة كان في كحول مفتوح؟
نعم.
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
أنا مقتنع.
I'm satisfied. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll follow the recommendation for a 6-month delayed sentence. I'm ready for sentencing.
موافقة بجوابك وراح وافق معهم إنه 6 أشهر حكم مؤخر وهلا راح أحكم لحظة.
Your Honor, my client is remorseful for this. He has learned something from this and he wants to do better in the future.
حضرة القاضي اللي موكلني بيقول كتير مستندم ورح يعمل أحسن من هيك بالمستقبل.
Okay.
I am assessing this matter was scheduled for trial. I'm sorry, Sergeant Martin, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, Your Honor.
عم تسأل إذا شرطي بيريد يضيف شيء على.
Okay.
All right. I am assessing costs in the amount of $225. The fine will be $75. The total owed is $300. I am giving go ahead. I'm sorry, Ms. Raw. Go right ahead.
الجزاء ب 225 التكاليف 225 إضافة تكاليف 75 بالكامل 300.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I am setting this for review on August 7th, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get your fines and costs paid before that date and you don't get any additional tickets, this matter will be dismissed.
هي رح تعين يوم اطلع على قضيتك لشهر 8 يوم 7 2023 ما زال انت رح تدفع الجزاء وما بتاخذ تكتات بعد. هيدا رح تكون التغت عن ملفك.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, very good. If nothing else, you all are free to leave.
تمام. إذا ما في تاني حر تتسهل.
ايش قلتي؟ ما سمعتك.
إذا I didn't hear you. إذا ما في شيء تاني بتريد فيك تترك فيك تتسهل.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, thank you.
شكرا. Thank you.
عفواً.
Thank you. Okay. Oops.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, are we ready on the remaining matters? Did you get someone from mental health?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, I've noticed that Corporal McCree has shown up on Abdul Rashid, so I need to go into a breakout room with Sudan Abdul Rashid.
Okay, I don't know what time folks are showing up, but 10:45. Oh, okay, he's been here.
Judge.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
Judge, if I may, there's on Miss Aguilar, we don't have a complaining witness. If you were to call that case, I would make a motion on that matter. It's scheduled for trial.
I'll call that one now, and then there's for Antune. It's my understanding the officer is here on Antune.
We do not have a defendant on that case, Judge.
Okay, I'll call both of those matters. I have for Amaya Angula, also spelled, it's two spellings, Angula and Angulo. Give me 1 second. Can you mute me just for a second? I need to take this. Good morning, this is Shannon. On now. All right. I'm sorry about that. Let's go back. I have for Amaya Angula. Last name is spelled Angula and Angulo. Case numbers V123-98121, V123-98221, and V123-98321. For Ms. Angula?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Jesse Reed, House Counsel. Ma'am, would you put your name on the record, please? Tell the court who you are.
My name is Amaya Faro Angulo.
Thank you.
You're
Judge,
welcome.
today's date and time scheduled for trial. No complaining witness. We'd make a motion to dismiss, understanding any dismissal would be without prejudice.
All right, thank you. I'm satisfied. I've given the people ample time to produce their witness. I am granting your motion and the three matters are dismissed without prejudice. Thank you for your patience this morning, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, bye-bye. I have for Lahib Antoon, SP 129-85261, case number U557-67420.
Your Honor, Jesse Reed, House Counsel.
I'm sorry, can I leave that?
Yes, ma'am, you can leave. You're free to leave. You'll get your
Oh,
dismissals in
sorry,
the
I'm
mail.
sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, sorry.
We do not have a defendant, Your Honor. There is an officer in the courtroom, I believe Officer Jeter or Jeter, if you wanted to put his name on the record.
Please do so at this time for law enforcement.
Jawan Jetter, badge 4157, Detroit Police Department.
Can you turn on your camera, please, so we can capture your image?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right, one more time.
Jawan Jetter, Detroit Police Department, badge 4157.
All right, thank you so much. I'm satisfied. I've given the defendant last name and tune ample time to appear for the narcotic drug violation. KPS will issue, and that bond will be set at $500 cash or surety. And then for alcohol-related violation, KPS will issue, and that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. Thank you so much, Officer Jeter. Be safe.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you. All right. It looks like I have only one other case. Abdul Rashid. Is that the person that's in the breakout room right now?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Let me know when you all are ready to proceed.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Very good.
Mr. Fikens is back.
Okay. Mr. Fikens, are we ready?
We are. I'm just missing a client right now. I don't know if he's still in the breakout room or not. So maybe Miss Wilson can close the breakout room if he's having trouble. Yes, he is back, Judge. We are ready.
All right. Very good. 1 second. All right, let's do it. I have case number SP 140-17471. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Sudan Abdul Rashid.
Thank you, sir. All right, how are we proceeding?
Judge, there is one matter on the docket, although Mr. Abdul Rashid has told me and came right up front that he has a number of other matters. 36th District Court. I saw a lot of numbers, a lot of cases. They're not on the docket yet, Judge, but he came to me asking, is there a way to, he wants to try to get his license back. Can he resolve these? I said, yes, there is, but we have a trial today that we need to take care of. I'm willing, Judge, to assemble all those cases and take a look at this because I like this young man coming forth and saying, here's a problem that I want to try to solve. I've not been doing it right for a while, but I want to do it right now. And I'm struck by that when someone comes in and tells me that. So I do want to help them. We can certainly do a plea for today's trial because the Corporal McCree is here. However, this court wishes to proceed. There are a number of cases. I don't know that at this hour we can pull them all together. We can pull them all together, but whether or not we can get state prosecutor and city prosecutors in on all these matters, Judge.
Not at 12 o'clock. We won't be able to do it today.
And I know this court wants to do that. I know this court is always desirous of young men getting their license, young women too, getting their license back and moving on. And I know how this court feels about it. So we're happy to take a plea today, Judge. We would also take a plea on any other day, however this court wishes to proceed. We appreciate Corporal McCree coming in. However this court wishes to proceed, we're ready.
All right, now, I would prefer Mr. Fikens to, I'm gonna have the corporal place his name and badge number. Did he already do that?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Corporal
Corporal
Jamie
McCree.
McCree, badge 2865, Detroit Police Department.
Thank you so much and good afternoon to you.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
All right. What I would like to do is to adjourn this matter. Mr. Fikens, give you all an opportunity to work it out and see how much time would you need to get it done? Could you get it done on by next week, Tuesday?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can do it, Mr. Fikens? He has quite a bit.
I know, Judge, but no, we can do that. And I'd be happy to do it for Mr. Abdul Rashid.
All right. And so what I'm going to do, Miss Mack, is the matter that's on the docket. Let's put it down for a pretrial, Mr. Fikens. I'm not going to keep having Corporal McCree come back. We'll put it down for a pretrial.
Thank you, Judge.
And then we'll leave all of his other matters where they are. And we will set this matter for pretrial on, let's see, next week. No, not Tuesday. Let's see, can we do the 13th? Yes, Monday the 13th. Does that give you enough time, Mr. Fikens?
It does, Your Honor.
All right, we'll put him on for Monday, February 13th at 9:30 a.m. Okay?
Yes, thank you very
And
much.
that way you can get a global plea.
We thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're very welcome, sir. Make sure you come back on Monday now, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Not you, Corporal. You don't have to.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Corporal McCree.
Right.
Corporal McCree, thank you for showing up on today. We're gonna hopefully get this young man in a position to get his license if he really wants it. And so I won't need you to come back on Monday unless he doesn't come back, and then we'll set another date and you'll get plenty of notice, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Be safe. All right, here you go. All right, is that it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Abdul Rashid. Okay, you're very welcome. Bye-bye. All
Thank
right.
you, Your Honor.
I am only waiting on Daisha Adams. Is that correct?
Yes, someone from mental health court is coming down.
Okay, very good. All right. Oh, it's their lunchtime too.
Yeah, well, she said she was on her way down.
And we have staffing with them today.
Everything on the docket other than Ms. Adams, right? She's the only one.
Yes, I think, is that everything? Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, did I get everything?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Other than Miss Adams, I'm going to recall Miss Adams. Miss Mack, when they come down, can you make sure they read this on that particular case?
Oh, okay. Well, good. Take that camera off.
Look, and mute me. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I'm ready to go back on the record as Daisha Adams, that's case number Z8082801. Ms. Adams is sitting in the box. I have called, as I indicated, based on her testing and just some observations by myself and Ms. Brimage, who was serving as a probation officer. I have called for someone to come down from specialty court. Ms. Jasmine Taylor is here from specialty court. She is going to meet with Ms. Adams to get some information. And then Ms. Adams, you will have to come back in the morning at 8:35 a.m. for processing for specialty court. Okay, that is our specialty court date for the court that you're going to go to, okay? I hate to make you go back and forth, but that's better than going to the Wayne County Jail. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
All right, can I count on you to come back in the morning at 8:35 after you meet with Miss Jasmine Taylor?
Yeah, I'll come back at 8:35 tomorrow.
All right, and we'll get you all squared away, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna go in that conference room and meet with Miss Taylor. All right, and then I'm gonna give her a court date for tomorrow, February the 8th at 8:35 a.m. All right, we are adjourned for today. I started looking at some emails and I'm getting disturbed. All right, and so thank you, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens. You all are not staffing with me at 1:30 on today, but you know that we're on call because it's specialty court. Anything can happen.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, very good. Thank you all.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Is there something that I need to sign?